All right, we had a quarter of a season. A quarter of a season is going. That means 4 games. Every quarter, I'm going to be giving y'all my report cards. We're going to go through these positions. I need y'all to comment below. Let me know how y'all feel. We're going to go through these positions, and we're going to see how I feel they ranked. And we're going to get these grades, y'all. Yo, that. A-G-L-E-S.
Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yo, that man, you know who it is, you know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General here reporting for duty. Listen, if you have not done it, I appreciate in advance. If you hit that sub button that's right down there it go. Yes, and also it's a bell next to it to let you know when I put up all this flavor. Y'all been doing your job, man. I appreciate y'all. But last but not least, it is a like button. That's the most important thing. It does something to the algorithm. More people look at me, more people look at the merch, more people buy the merch, and hopefully one day I can quit my job. All right. I know usually I give y'all fresh facts, but sometimes it's just some things I see on the internet that's just too funny. Just too funny for me to pass up. So without further ado, man, I don't know what this dude was doing, what he was thinking, but I hope y'all get a laugh out of this one, y'all. Yo, that.
The haberdasheries and hemoglobin is going on here. Just another night on the job, guys. Graveyard shift and Kirkpatrick. Yo, this dude got catapulted into another dimension. Yo, he got right up. He don't know what year it is right now. Watch his feet on the liftoff. It's straight up like he was Iron Man levitate. Look at his landing right on his grill piece. And it's funny, he was going along for the ride and his legs kicked up like he was on an imaginary horse. Watch his feet close together right here. What the hell was he transporting? Thor's hammer? And what was he looking for when he got up? He was looking down. Was he looking for his nose, his eyes, his cheekbones, his lips? It was mad particles of his face on that floor. Yo, once you get catapulted into oblivion at work, just go home. He went home after this. He didn't clock out. He didn't do nothing. He just went home to his wife. His wife was like, hey, honey, where's your face? And whose merchandise just got destroyed like this? I got questions.
First of all, I don't know what main man was thinking by even just holding on to like, it's over. You cannot save that. That looked like that was over 1,000 pounds. What are you thinking? That man took a dive. Oh man, he took a dive more than people in Mike Tyson fights. That joint was crazy. I got a hell of a laugh out of it. Shout out to Tony Baker, man. He's one of the funniest people on Instagram, on the internet, man. Yo, if y'all don't know about Bull is hilarious. That's the fresh fact of the day. That's the funny fact of the day, should I say. All right, so let's get into some real stuff. Let's get into these grades. And I'm going to go higher to lower. I'm going to start with the coaching. Now, coaching, I had optimism. You know what I mean? And I really, really didn't trust Jonathan Gannon. So I'm going to start with him. I got to give Jonathan Gannon a B-. I got to give him a B-. The reason I'm saying I got to give him a B-, first 2 games, you had Hassan Reddick in coverage a lot more than needed to be. And he had no sacks. But you was letting Darius Slay and them play. You was letting Bradbury get up on the receivers, bump and run coverage and all that. And I got to appreciate that. You don't get no failing grade here. And you know what? I'm even going to boost it up and give you a B+. I can't give you an A because I just thought the Lions game, and I don't know if it was just a punch in the mouth and you thought that they was going to roll over. I don't know what you thought. But it was too much of a fight, and I didn't like it. You came out with the window. But these last couple games, if I had to grade you on the first 2 games, you would probably get a D-. But these last 2 games, I thought that you have stepped up. I thought that you have put trust in Kaiser White saying, go get the football. 3.5 sacks. We're going to get it. We're going to get into all that. I thought that you had put trust into Darius Slay playing bump and run coverage. And I thought that you put trust in a lot of people just by sending the helms. Now, it is another reason why you got a B-, and it might not even be your fault. Jordan Davis need more snaps. Jordan Davis need more snaps. But I do got to commend you for this. All the hype around the Kobe Dean, I feel as though you didn't break, you didn't wilter. You didn't say, oh, let me get this kid in because everybody's hyping him. Because TJ Edwards is balling out of his mind. And we're going to get into that linebacker situation too. He's been balling out of his mind, and you've been keeping TJ Edwards on the field. I got to commend you for that. All right. So now we got to go to Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen. Brilliant. Brilliant. Y'all get an A+. Y'all get an A+. It's really been no game that you didn't put up points. Now, second half, a lot of people comment, a lot of people DM me saying, yo, what about the second half? They don't score, yada, yada, yada. I mean, if you don't need to score, what's the point? If you don't need to show your whole arsenal, it's no point. It's no point. If I know that I can run up on somebody, grip them up, and run in their pockets, which I don't do. I'm just saying. If I know I can run up on somebody, don't got to put out no weapon, and just can run in their pockets, that's what I'm going to do. I don't need to pull out my weapon. And I felt as though that's what was happening in the second half. You already gave the Lions gun smoke. You already gave the Vikings gun smoke. And to me, it looked like they quit. So you felt the vibe there. But when you look at the situation, then you had a situation of to where though you had to fight back against the Jaguars. And I felt as though the game plan, a lot of this was Jalen Hurts too, and we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts. But I just felt as though the game plan was something that I liked. And I feel as though we talk about Jalen Hurts evolving. We talk about Jalen Hurts taking a step. Nick Sirianni is doing that too. And a lot of that is because he has time now. But it is something that we got to speak about before this video was over that I think Nick Sirianni really needs to take a look at. All right, so now we're going to go to the quarterback. And, you know, we talk about the coach. They ain't really stats for that. But we're going to talk about the quarterback now. Quarterback, to me, gets an A++. I mean, when you look at it, he's on pace to have 5,000 yards or 4,500 yards. When you look at it, he has 4 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns. He's leading the league. I mean, not the league, but he's leading the Philadelphia Eagles in rushing touchdowns. When you look at it, he has 1,102 and 20 yards. But this kid is doing everything that's asked of him. You need a game taken over by your legs. He did that last week. You need a game taken over by your arm. He did that the weeks before that. You need a first down. He's going to put his body on the line. He has not really put the ball in harm's way other than last week. The other interception really wasn't his fault. But last week, it really was. It was a bad decision. But what did he do? He came into the situation and said, damn, you know what? We're losing because of me. They put up 6 points on the board because of me. And he went and got that 6 points back plus more. So I gotta give him, I gotta give him everything. And then the leadership. I know a lot of people, you know, shout out to Philly Mike, LB, a lot of people, Kabir the analyst, like when you look at just the fact of the media saying all this and asking him all this about Peyton Manning, yada, yada, yada. And he said, no, y'all ain't even asked about the Cardinals. Like, what we doing here? I know we 4-0, but we still gotta go fight. Y'all up in just an uproar about everything that I've been doing, but y'all not asking me what's going to proceed or what's going to happen after this. Y'all didn't ask me nothing about the Cardinals. And I felt as though he felt as though that was disrespect. So he had to let the record straight. He had to set the record and say, nah, that's a good team, even though they not. But that's time. All right. Oh yeah, do's and don'ts tomorrow, free giveaway. Make sure you be there or beware. All right, so then we gotta go to the running back room. When you look at the running back room, I just think that because I'm happy. I gotta give Miles Sanders a number A. Like I do. Like Miles Sanders has not put the ball on the floor yet. And when you look at it, the man got 356 yards. He's averaging almost 5 yards of 5 yards to carry, 4.9. Then you got to throw Jalen Hurts in there. Miles Sanders' longest run is 35. No fumbles. Jalen Hurts got 2 running. Kenneth Gainwell, who I like a lot, y'all already know. He has, and then he got 72 attempts. He said he wanted opportunities. They're giving him these opportunities, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so then you got a situation to where as though Kenneth Gainwell, 15 attempts, 52 yards, 3.5 a carry. You know what I mean? Boston Scott, 10 attempts, and only 29 yards, 2.9 a carry. So he's really the weakest link when you look at this. But Miles Sanders has been dominant, so you don't have no reason to pull him. I thought it was reason to pull him last year. Not seeing the holes, not getting to, not falling down when he's supposed. Just things that I think he had to just get out of his mind. And now he's looking like an elite wide receiver. An elite running back. Miles Sanders, Jalen Hurts, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott. Y'all get an A for that. Wide receivers. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good to have wide receivers? Finally. And you see what it does for the development of your quarterback, especially a young quarterback. I've been saying this since I've been doing this channel. I've been saying this. But when you look at it, when you got A.J. Brown, who is on pace. Oh, yeah, Miles Sanders definitely on pace to have like 1,200 yards, so I left that out. But you got A.J. Brown, who's on pace to have more than 1,200. I mean, he got, what he got? He got 38 targets, 25 receptions, 404 yards. That's for 4 games. So he's averaging over 100 yards a game. Just over 100 yards a game. But it's still over 100 yards a game. Think about that. Longest reception, 54. I remember that one. That was the bombs over Baghdad. Devontae Smith, I thought he would be more. He does have 1 drop. A.J. Brown has none. No drops. Even though I swore I seen a drop in the last game. Could be wrong. I don't know. Devontae Smith has 18 receptions, 266 yards. He's doing better than he was last year, even when he was the number 1. Think about it in 4 games. Then you got Dallas Goedert, who is a receiver. I'm not even going to do tight ends because he's really the only tight end. So I'm going to put him with them, and they get an A+ too. Dallas got to get an A+ too. So when you look at it, 20 targets, 16 receptions, 1 drop, 240 yards. Yak, 204 yards. His yak is all of his yards. He has 240 yards, and his yak is 204. That means screens, but that also means you got to do a lot of running after screen. Remember, we had a tight end who he about to play that gave you 0 yak. 0. Now you got one that gives you most yak. And we're going to talk about yak too. A.J. Brown definitely got 57. Devontae Smith got 81. Quez Watkins is really kind of the disappointment of the room, but I get it. I understand it. I think a lot of people do try to take the top away, especially when he had finally had that touchdown against Minnesota. But I still got to call out his stats and look at him. The man only got 4 targets. 2 receptions, 50 yards. No, 69 yards, sorry. But he got a touchdown. He got a touchdown. Everybody that I just named has a touchdown. Everybody else, to me, doesn't really mean anything. I like Zach Pascal. You want to talk about his stats? He doesn't have a touchdown. He only got 39 yards. Miles Sanders has 35. But they get an A+. Comment below, let me know what you think. All right, so then we still on offense, or we going defense? We going defense. Let's go defense. Linebacker room. A+. A+. And it leads off, I'm sorry, I understand what Reddick has been doing the last 2 games. I understand we brought in Kaiser White. I get it. I understand it. But when you look at what T.J. Edwards has been doing, he's leading the league in tackles, 33. He got 25 solo, 8 assists, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. People don't realize he got 2 sacks. Doesn't really have any turnovers. No, doesn't have any turnovers. But has 3 hurries. I feel as though everything they asked him to do, he's completing it. He's completing the mission. You ask him to rush the quarterback, he gets there, right? You ask him to cover, he's been doing that. You ask him to go get the running back, he's doing that. You ask him to cover a tight end, he's doing that. He has been doing everything that you can ask from your Mike linebacker. And this is the reason why Nakobe Dean is not seeing the field. This is the prime reason right here. He cannot get on the field because this guy is balling out of his mind. And he deserves one of these defensive players of the week coming up, seriously. He's really balling. All right, so then we got Reddick. We know what he's been doing the last 2 games. 3.5 sacks. I mean, the man got what? What do you got? He only got 12. He only got 12 tackles, tied with Brandon Graham. We're going to talk about the defensive line. But the disruption, the hurries, they're there. They're there. The hurries, the fumbles, the fumble recoveries. Oh, man, this man is just balling. He's balling. Kaiser White. He's second on the team in tackles with 16 solo, 7 assisted. So that's 23 tackles altogether, right? I'm trying to find his tackles for loss. I don't even think he have any. Nope, no tackles for loss. But he's been sturdy. He's been sturdy. It's just T.J. Edwards just been better. So to me, they get an A+. So where are we going next? Let's go to cornerbacks, man. Let's go to cornerbacks. Yo, Slay and Bradbury, man. Y'all get an A. Y'all get an A. And I'm giving y'all A because Slay did miss the last game. But at the same time, we still won the game. And you got to put the rest of these corners in a perspective of what was going on and what has been happening. The McPherson, even the Josiah Scott, didn't really like how he was playing, but he did turn it up at times. And when you needed him, he made plays. So shout out to Josiah Scott for that. And I'm gonna link the safeties in with this too. I think that C.J. Garner's playing out of his mind. Now, yes, he did. He has been missing some tackles. He has been missing some coverage. But that's what you do when you're an aggressive guy. Sometimes that happens. But overall, he has made way more plays than he missed. So, C.J. Garner got 17 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. I don't think he has a turnover, does he? No, I don't think he got a turnover. But my man Darius Slay, 2 interceptions. 2 interceptions, 8 tackles, but a lot of people don't throw to his side, and when they do, it's trouble. Avonte Maddox has been balling out of his mind also. He has, and I've been telling everybody this for the longest, he's good in the slot. He just can't play on the outside. Just can't play on the outside. But he's hella good in that slot. He can cover these tight ends. He can tackle in the backfield. He can blitz. He can do everything that you can ask somebody. So shout out to him. Defensive line now. Let's talk about the defensive line. As much as, and I'm gonna start with Jordan Davis. As much as he doesn't play, he does have 8 tackles. He does have 1 tackle for loss. He does have I can't find the sacks. Hold on. I gotta get to the sacks. Where we at with the sacks? All right, give me 1 second. I think he got 1 sack. No tackle for loss. Nope. No, he don't got a sack. He has not recorded a sack. But let's see who has. Brandon Graham got 3. Fletcher Cox got 3. Josh Sweat got 2.5. Hargrave got 1. I'm going to give them a B. I do feel as though when you got Hargrave, when you got Fletcher Cox, it should be more pressure than it has been. Not gonna lie to you, it should be more pressure than it has been, but it hasn't been. And to me, that has been a problem. Not been a problem, but can be a problem going down in the season. Because, like I said, you're still winning. You're still getting dominant. You're still getting dominant pressure. You know what I mean? But the numbers don't show it. And I get it. Brandon Graham got 1 hurry. Fletcher Cox got 3 hurries. Josh Sweat got 3 hurries. Hargrave got 3 hurries. So I do feel as though Jordan Davis got 1 hurry. I do feel as though they're getting after the quarterback. But until the last 2 games, it wasn't what you really wanted. Now they doing their job now. That's why they get a B. I think I really covered everybody. But this one. Special teams stinks. Special teams get a D-. I'm not going to go all the way crazy and give y'all and give an F. But when you look at it, right? Hold up. Because we're going to talk. We're going to talk. And the reason I can't give y'all F is because of Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott only missed 1 extra point, and that was blocked. And then he got hurt, came back, and still hit an extra point. So I got to give him some type of respect. And that's the only reason why they get a D-. Other than that, you have an F. Because when you look at what Britton Covey has been doing, even my man Quez Watkins, who I love, y'all know that's my guy. It ain't enough. I mean, this is not average. This is what he has. He only has 69 yards on kick return, talking about Covey. 23 average. So if you're averaging 23, you might as well nail the damn football down. You might as well give us the ball at 25 if you averaging 23. Quez Watkins is even worse. He's only averaging 10. Nah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Now, on the other side, I can say that we are tackling well and people are not really getting to the 40-yard line and the 50-yard line. So the defensive side has been okay. And then the punter. Like, dude, like, he's not good. And maybe they brought this guy, Dicker the Kicker. That's his name. Dicker the Kicker. Because he did at Texas, he played both positions. So maybe this is kind of for Zach Ertz, probably to see if he can compete with the punter. Because the only thing the punter has been doing good is being a good placeholder for Jake Elliott. That's it. Now, I'm not saying your team is always going to be perfect, but these things can be cleaned up. We talk about special teams. It is 3 phases. It's 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. And to me, the special teams, they are the weakest link. By far. So to me, that got to get cleaned up. Other than that, these are my grades. Let me know what y'all, comment below. Let me know, how do y'all feel? Y'all agree with me or not? But these are my grades for the first quarter of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles. So altogether, if you ball all that up, put it into one as a team, it's a B+. A B+. And the only reason it's not an A is because of these special teams. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all already know. Stay Philly, stay fresh, yo. Yo, that.
Stay Philly, stay fresh.